I would be the kind of guy that would know that song of all the states in alphabetical order, but I don't. Do you know it? Oh, well, you can sing it later if you want to. Alright, here comes Embassy Row. On the right, just up the hill there, it's kind of hard to see, is the Embassy of New Zealand. Right here on the right is the British Embassy. British Embassy here on your right-hand side. Again, the second largest embassy in Washington, D.C. It is smaller than only the Russian embassy. Right next door to that is the British ambassador's residence, so that's a nice short commute for him or her. On the left is the Khalil Gibran Memorial Garden. Khalil Gibran was a Lebanese poet. On the right, the statue of Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill. And on the left is the Embassy of South Africa. On the right is the Embassy of Bolivia. And on the left is the former Embassy of Iran. On the right is the Embassy of Brazil. And on the left is somebody's beautiful red brick house. On the right is the Brazilian ambassador's residence, and down 30th Street to the left are the embassies of Sri Lanka, the Dominican Republic, Hungary, and right here on the corner is the Saudi Arabian ambassador's residence. On the right is the Italian embassy. Up at the end of the street is the Danish embassy. Down the hill to the left is the Canadian ambassador's residence. This is the Charles C. Glover Bridge right here. Glover was a Washington banker who helped to arrange the funding to build the Washington National Cathedral. You got all of them so far? You got them memorized? On your left here is the Washington Islamic Center. It's home to the largest mosque in the capital city. Notice how the mosque itself in the back is turned slightly, so when the Muslims come to pray, they can face to the east. The whole building can't be parallel. It can't be facing east because it has to be parallel to the street. On the left here, this is the Embassy of Belize with the green windows. On the right, part of the Embassy of India. On the left is the Embassy of Turkey. And on the right, with the gold chrysanthemum above the door, is the Embassy of Japan. On the left is the Embassy of Lesotho. That's a small landlocked country completely surrounded by South Africa. On the left, or sorry, on the right there is the Japanese ambassador's residence. On the left here is the Venezuelan ambassador's residence with the green metal fence. And on the right is the South Korean embassy. The North Korea doesn't have an embassy. On your left here is the Embassy of the Marshall Islands. It used to be a U.S. territory. And on the right is the Embassy of Mexico. On the left is the Embassy of Zambia, a sub-Saharan African nation. And on the right, another African one with the statue of the elephant is the Embassy of the Ivory Coast. On the left is the Embassy of Chad. Past that is the Dutch ambassador's residence and the Irish ambassador's residence. Now on the right, the embassies of Malawi, the United Arab Emirates, Paraguay, Madagascar, and the Korean annex. On the left, the Embassy of Cameroon, and then the Embassy of Croatia. Up ahead on the right with the red and green flag with the yellow star in the center, the Embassy of Burkina Faso. On the left is the former Embassy of Pakistan. It's a vacant building right now. Next door to that is the Embassy of Haiti, and then the Embassy of Chile. Continuing clockwise around Sheridan Circle, the embassies of Egypt, the Philippines, Vietnam, Kenya, and Armenia. All the way across the circle with a blue and white flag is the Embassy of Greece. Here on the right is part of the Embassy of South Korea, the Latvian Embassy, the Turkish ambassador's residence, and then finally on the right here is the Embassy of Romania, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is Embassy Row. Thanks very much. Yeah, a couple more here. Keep it going. Over here on your left, the one with the red crosses and the white background is the Republic of Georgia, not the state of Georgia, the Republic of Georgia. It used to be a part of the Soviet Union. And the one that's got the green flag with that red stripe is Turkmenistan. They also used to be in the Soviet Union. This is Togo on the right. Actually, there's Togo. You can see their sign right there. And then up here on the corner is Luxembourg with the red, white, and blue flag. So did you guys memorize all those? Yep.
I know.
Some of them don't have flags or names.
How would you know if you're like visiting? Or would you just hope the taxi driver?
Well, yeah, I mean.